Hello, my beautiful people. It is I, it is her, it is she, it is Coach. And today I want to talk about that thing called motivation. Because that thing, motivation, it'll make you think that you are going to be all right. It will make you think that you are going to take on the task, and the task is going to be everything, and you're going to succeed because you are so motivated. Well, I'm here to tell you that is absolutely not true. Motivation will kill your dreams. Motivation will take you on a journey, and you won't even realize you're on that journey because you will no longer be motivated, and you're wondering why I cannot finish what I have started. And that is because motivation is not your friend. Yes, I have said it, and I am going against the grain, but it is not your friend because it will not sustain you in times of longevity. And here is why. Because motivation starts out as, I am going to do this. I am going to eat the healthy foods. I am going to buy the house. I'm going to buy the car. I'm going to look for me a new job. I'm going to get this relationship together. I'm going to read my Bible more. And you start out on the path of doing exactly what you said you were going to do. And then what happens? The path becomes null and void. The motivation has dwindled. And now you have got distracted by other things in your life. And you are no longer pursuing the path that you set out to go on because you are no longer motivated. So I want you to understand that motivation will kill your dreams because you are not conformed and you are not built to be motivated at all times. Understand that. You were not built to be motivated at all times. What happens is once your motivation dwindles, now you have to form discipline because the goal is still there. Your thought to go towards that goal is still there. You feel hunger to go in that way. You feel hunger to go in that form to get it what you need. But discipline has now become your mantra. It has become the thing that you must now endure and the thing that you must now create in your own entire world in order for you to get to the next step in your life. It will not be motivation. Understand, motivation will not get you to the goal that you are looking to get to. Motivation will not get you to your weight loss of whatever amount of pounds you want to lose. Motivation will not get you to eating all the healthy foods that you want to eat. Motivation will not get you to reading your Bible more. Motivation will not get you to, staying consistent in your relationship. Motivation will not be the source that you utilize to get you where you need to be. It is called discipline. And once you start directing your whole entire aura, your being, your actions into being disciplined, and then that's where you start to form your habits. And that's where your consistency comes in, which then gets you to the goal. The goal or whatever it is that you may get to. But once you get to that goal, you want to keep going because now you have more things that you want to accomplish in your life. But know and understand that motivation is not it. You have to definitely become disciplined in those terms to get to that next step in your life. How do you do that? I'm going to give you just a couple of key points that has helped me, that may help you, and I hope that it does, because at some point in time, you have to understand motivation will kill your dream. Okay? It will kill your dream. And the reason it's going to kill your dream is because you will not always be motivated. You will not always have that adrenaline going in your body to say, yes, I am going to keep going. You will not always have that adrenaline in your body to wake you up at 4 o'clock in the morning, or to wake you up at 5 o'clock in the morning, or to exercise 30 minutes a day, or to go to the gym, or to fix the meals, or to eat your greens, or to, do the things that you need to have done in order for you to get to your goal. You're not going to be motivated. Trust me, the motivation is going to stop. And when it stops, now you have to find your disciplined mind to get you to the next step, which is to form the consistency to get you to the habit of showing that this is going to work. So what I like to do for myself is, first, I like to sit back and I like to think about what it looks like for me to get to the next step. Okay. So once my motivation is gone, once that adrenaline is over, how am I going to stay consistent in keeping this goal? And I like to talk about the fact of how I lost over 50 pounds. So let's hone in on the 50-pound weight loss that I went through. Okay. First, I knew I wanted to lose weight. It was something in me that said, I'm tired of being obese. I don't want to keep being obese. And I'm tired of fighting with me in these clothes, getting on these clothes every time I turn around and tucking my stomach and wearing big shirts. I was tired of that, okay? So my mind got tired of being tired. I was sick and tired of looking at how I looked. And I needed to do something to help myself. So the motivation is what got me going. The motivation is what put me in the mind frame to start exercising. The motivation was put me in the mind frame to start doing the things I need to do as far as meal prepping my meals and making sure that I stay with my plan and making sure that I came up with something that was going to sustain me. The motivation kept me going for about 30 to 60 days. After that, you get tired because now you're trying to figure out, how the heck am I going to keep going? Yes, you're seeing the scale move. Yes, you're seeing your inches lose. You're losing those inches. But now what's the next step? I had to think about what was my long term and why did I start this? I started this because I wanted to lose the weight. I started this because I got tired of fighting with myself and my clothes. I started this because I got tired of buying bigger clothes. I started this because I got tired of getting out of breath walking up a flight of stairs. I started this because I got tired of every time I turned around, I couldn't breathe at certain points in my life. I started this because. So that is the name of the game. Why? Why are you starting what you're starting? Once you get your why, you have to hone in on that why. That why has to be the center focus of you continuing to go. Because once you got the why and you're center focused on your why, you will continue to go forward in what it is that you need to go forward in, right? So when that happens, you have to stay center focused. Your why. Once you get your why together, now it's time to put a plan of action together. Because remember, your motivation is done. You are over it and you have no motivation left to give. So now you have to put a plan of action together. I always say, write it down. You want to write down what it is that you want to do, because if it's not written down, you will forget it. If you're anything like me, you're going to forget it, okay? You will be like, I don't remember that. So that's why you want to write it down. Your why. Write it down, right? So after you write it down, now what's the plan? How are you going to take this plan that you've written down? How are you going to start implementing that? That's when discipline comes in. That's when your actions now come in, which means every single day you are going to follow your why. Every single day you are going to follow the plan of action. Every single day, you are going to push yourself and implement your plan. If you don't, then you already know what's going to happen. One, again, this is in reference to weight loss. If you don't stick with your plan, you're going to eat the unhealthy foods, which then you're going to gain back the weight, which then now is going to be vain, because now you're going to start all over again. Don't beat yourself up, because we've all done that. It's now time for you to discipline your habits, which means your motivation is done. You don't have that anymore. You don't have motivation to keep you pushing. You don't have motivation to tag and tug at you. Now you have to be disciplined in your actions and in your habits, which is going to give you what you need, which is the consistency, which equals your results. Got that? So after your why, your plan of action, now you need to form and make the actionable steps a habit. You can tell yourself all day long, I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I got this. And we've done it. We've all done it. We tell ourselves, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. But nothing happens. And that's the reason why nothing happens, because we're not motivated anymore to do what we want to do. Now we have to actually follow what we're saying that we're going to do in order to see the consistent results. It takes a lot of nurturing yourself. It takes a lot of mindset discipline, and it takes a lot of actions to come out of those old habits into your new forming habits that's going to get you the results that you want. So again, I tell you, motivation kills more dreams than you can imagine, because you're not always motivated. You're not always motivated to do the things that need to be done, because that's the hard. That's when you got to get into the nitty gritty of the hard. That's when you got to get into the nitty gritty of, do I want to do this? And what is my reasoning for doing this? Because then once you get your reasoning, that goes back to your why. Your reasoning is your why, and that's why you're doing this. So if you're looking to be motivated, I'm telling you now, my friend, you will not. If you are looking to be disciplined, you will. But those are the things that you need to do in order to see the actions play out. Discipline is something that everyone has inside of them, but it's the fact of you going to the extra mile, the extra step to get you to the next step, which is the habits of consistency. Discipline and consistency go hand in hand. If you are disciplined in your actions, you will become consistent, and then you will form great habits that you have long term. And that's what it all comes down to. Don't look for motivation to be the key, because when you look for motivation, you'll be disappointed, because motivation will not keep you in the place where you need to be, and motivation will not get you to the next steps in your life. What it will do is it will kill your dream, because you're thinking and you're feeling, I was so motivated, I was so ready, but you were not disciplined as you were forming those habits. So if you don't form the discipline that you need, you will not form the consistency, which will not give you the habits, which will not give you the results. And that's just how it goes. That's just life in general. And the reason it's like that is because that's how it was made. It's not mine, but that's how it goes. And so because it goes that way, we have to learn how to go around this thing. You got to learn how to maneuver it. You got to learn how to step into things that'll help you. So again, go with your why. Why did you start it in the first place? What was your motive? What was the reasoning of you doing this? Okay. Then you want to write it out. Write out exactly what it is you need to do. I need to lose 10 pounds. How am I going to do that? Well, first let me start by replacing soda with water, or replacing soda with tea, or let me stop eating fried foods and maybe start eating baked foods. You know, you got to think about how to replace something with something to get something. And that's just all this thing is. It is following with the plan that you have. You write out your plan, and then you take the actionable steps. Is it going to be hard? Absolutely. Is it going to be easy? Absolutely not. Because in order for you to become someone that you want to become, in order for you to take on that next level of your life, in order for you to step into that next journey that is made for you, you have to become someone that you've never become before. So you have to do the things that you've never done before. If you've never woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but you know you have to be to work at 7, you need to get up at 4, because now you need to make sure that you're exercising. You need to make sure that you're doing something productive and giving yourself mindsets that's going to help you. Reading your personal development, reading books early in the morning, reading your Bible early in the morning, or listening to something that's going to give you that motivation to keep you going, right? To give you that discipline that's going to keep you going. Because again, you could do all of those things, and if you're not motivated, nothing will happen. So that's why you want to form the habit of discipline. Okay. And then once you do those things, once you see that your consistency is amping up and you're consistent in all things that you're doing, then that's when you're going to start to see the results. And the results will come when you stay consistent in all that you do. So again, my message to you is, motivation will kill your dreams. So do not look to be motivated, because that's not going to happen. You'll be motivated for a little bit. And then after that, now you got to go into what's going to keep me going. What's going to keep me focused? What's going to keep me on this journey? What's going to do it? And it all comes down to it being you. You're going to keep you focused. You're going to keep you going. You're going to have the actionable steps to keep you in this thing called life. Because without you doing it, no one's going to do it for you. There's no one coming to save you. I know y'all heard that before. There's no one coming to knock on the door to say, hey, are you going to do something great for your life today? There's no one coming. No one's coming to do that. So it's up to you to take those actionable steps to get yourself disciplined, which forms consistency in your habits, and then your habits will give you your results. This is Coach, and I want you all to have a phenomenal day. Do you know why, honey? Do you know why? Because you are above ground. You have been given another day at this thing called life. And with that, go out and do something awesome with it. Go out and touch somebody. Go out and hug somebody. Go out and be great and be you. If you like this video, please do share with your peoples. Do like, share, and interact with me. I love interaction. So again, this is Coach. If you need to reach out to me, you can definitely email me at coachyolanda@gmail.com for business inquiries. And we can connect on Facebook, Instagram, and here on YouTube. Check out the description below and you'll see all my information. I'll talk to you on the next video. Peace.